So basically, we are so excited to have Veronica Peters in the building or in the studio or whatever you are. And generally, you are someone I respect for the work you put in so far and the prospect of what is to come in the future. So I want you to tell us about yourself in a brief way, to tell us about yourself and how you came about cybersecurity, the journey, and all the progression has been. So over to you, Veronica.
Okay, hi everyone. Thank you, David, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Before I go ahead to introduce myself, I would like to say well done because you are doing a very good job with DJT concepts. You are doing an awesome work, so well done for that. So my name is Veronica Peter, and I currently work as a cybersecurity engineer at UNILEVer. I I have over 3 years of experience in cybersecurity, and in those 3 years, I have delved into different fields in cybersecurity, like SOC analyst, incident response, penetration testing, and governance, risks, and compliance. But right now, I'm working as a cybersecurity engineer at Unilever, and I would like to point out that these different fields that I've delved into in my career were not I didn't do everything at once. I didn't learn everything at once because I see a lot of beginners make that mistake. You're trying to learn so many things at once, and that's not how it works. So it has been me going from one field to another at different points in my career. I didn't just do everything at once. So yeah, I began my cyber security journey in 2021, and it wasn't planned at all. It wasn't planned. Before then, I did not even know that a field like cybersecurity existed, so it wasn't planned. It was at a point where I had just finished school and I was very confused about life. I was very unsure about what the future had for me. So like I was working as a sales representative then in a store in Lagos State, and I also had a side hustle where I sold perfumes just to make ends meet. But the money I was getting at that point in time was very little, very very little. Now that I think about it, I'm like, how did I even survive on that amount of money? And it was a very stressful job as well. So I just knew that I wanted more for myself. I knew I wanted more for myself. So during that time, an opportunity came for me to travel to Enugu State and spend some time with a relative over there. So I took up the opportunity and I traveled. And as God would have it, um, the opportunity to get into cybersecurity came at that point in time. So my sister sent me a flyer about a free cybersecurity program that was being organized by CyberSafe Foundation, and it just happened to be happening in Enugu State as well. It was physical training. It was not something you could like do online and all of that. So it was a physical training. So because I was in Enugu State at that point in time, I was able to attend the training. And by the way, the training was an initiative from CyberSafe Foundation, Cyber Girls. I'm sure most of you would have heard of them because they are quite popular in Africa. So basically, Cyber Girls is a training that is an initiative that empowers women across Africa with in-demand tech skills, just empowering them and making them do better in life. So that opportunity came at a very critical point in my life, and I thank God because I was at the right place at the right time. Because if I had not taken the opportunity to travel to Enugu State, I would not have gotten into cybersecurity. So, like I said, it wasn't planned, but I got into cybersecurity, and what really interested me at the beginning was that I made a research when I found out about it, and then I was like, what is cybersecurity all about, right? And then from what I saw from the research I made, I saw that it was a field where you're trying to catch cyber criminals, right? Like all these superhero movies where there's a superhero, there's villains, and you're trying to save the day, you're trying to save the city. So it was quite interesting because I wanted to be a part of that process of safeguarding the internet because it sounded really interesting, right? To be catching the bad guys, catching the cyber criminals. So yeah, that was how I got into cybersecurity. And after the training, the community, the Cybersecurity Foundation, they also help you get internship opportunities. And I also got internship opportunities after that. I also got internship opportunity after that, and then I was able to land a role at UNILEVER as a cybersecurity engineer, and I've been working here for over 2 years now. So it's been a great journey. If you are looking to get into cybersecurity, you are on the right path because it is a field that would stand for a very long time. For as long as technology exists, there would always be the need for cybersecurity analysts all over the world. And the beautiful thing is that you can work anywhere. You can work in any industry, finance industry, fintech, oil and gas, manufacturing, any industry. There are cybersecurity jobs in every industry. So it is a very good field if you are interested in getting into it.
So now the question here, you have heard about how you started, and but my own question now is, how did you find the passion? Like, you are going to stay in security, like, because once you join, you could still like, okay, let me branch up to other aspect, maybe software or thereabout. How did you know this is, where you are supposed to stay?
Okay. So when I joined cybersecurity, like I said, I made research at the beginning to like find out about what it was all about. And from what I saw, it was really interesting because it's it was like a field where you are always chasing the bad guys, like trying to catch cyber criminals, and just like all these superhero movies, right? Where you are chasing the bad guys, saving the day, saving the city. And it sounded really interesting to me. And for somebody like me that loves solving problems, that loves challenges, I like to be on my feet like every day, right? So I just felt like the field was for me. I just felt like it was for me. And when I started working in cybersecurity, as soon as I finished my training and I got into the industry, I started working as an intern. I really enjoyed the role that I was playing in the organization. I really enjoyed being part of the process of securing the digital landscape. And yeah, that was how I knew that it was for me. So, like anybody that is trying to get into cybersecurity, for instance, I would say you should um, do an honest evaluation of your strengths and weaknesses, right? Find out if cybersecurity is a field for you, because many people get into the field but they don't last long because it's an ever-changing field, right? As new technologies are coming up, new technologies are being evolved every day. You need to constantly keep up with the trend. You need to be constantly learning. You need to constantly learn. It's not a field where you say, oh, you learn for 6 months and that's it. You learn for 7 months and that's it. If you want to remain in the field, you have to continuously improve your skills, right? So you need to do an evaluation of your strengths and weaknesses. Are you somebody that is curious and creative? Are you somebody that loves problem solving? Because there will always be problems, there will always be bad guys for you to catch. So if you're not somebody that likes challenges, then cybersecurity is definitely not for you, right? So that's what I would say. Just do an evaluation of the kind of person you are and check if you can fit into the field. Yeah.
Okay, let's start with this. What are the core technical skills that you currently have now as a cybersecurity? What are the core technical skills you have?
Okay. Um, where I currently work, like in the field I currently work in, which is penetration testing, it requires you to have a combination or a balance of both technical skills and soft skills as well. Because I see most beginners, they just focus on getting technical skills and they leave out the soft skills part. Now, what that would do is that if you have technical skills, it will get you through the door of organizations, it will get you the job. But having soft skills would keep you in the job in the long run. So
Hmm.
you cannot leave out soft skills. So for the technical skills, um, you need to be able to research very well because as a penetration tester, most of what you are going to be doing is going to be in the information gathering stage. The quality of your pen test depends on how well you are able to gather information, right? You cannot exploit an organization if you do not know their attack surface very well. So you need to be well grounded in information gathering skills, and tools that can help you in this stage are tools like Nmap, tools like Metasploit, tools like Bob Suite. You need to be able to use these tools very well. You need to be very familiar with them. And then there are other external open source tools as well, like Shodan, Google. Google is a very good search engine, especially for penetration testers. You'll be shocked by the kind of information you can get just by Google searching. So yeah, I would say your information gathering stage is very, very important. And those tools I've mentioned are tools that would help you in that stage, right? And also you need to have writing skills because when you identify vulnerabilities for organization, which is what a penetration tester does, you are simulating attacks for organizations to find out their loopholes and recommend solutions for them. So when you find those vulnerabilities, you don't just stop there. You now need to write a report, a comprehensive report of how you were able to gather those information, how you were able to exploit them. So now those organizations you are going to be working for, they don't really understand cybersecurity, right? The CEO is not concerned about cybersecurity. He will not sit down and start studying it. He knows it exists. He knows there's a department of it. But you need to be able to break down those complex technical things for the leadership team so that they can understand the threat landscape. So your writing skills is very important because you're going to be writing a report recommending solutions on the different vulnerabilities that you found. So yeah, those skills are like the core skills that you must have as a penetration tester. I did not start off as a pen tester. I started off as a SOC analyst, which is Security Operations Center analyst. So, for a security analyst, you would be in charge of monitoring the organization's network, right? You're trying to detect anomalies, you're trying to detect any irregular behaviors in the system, in the network. So you are going to like be on the screen like almost the whole day, almost 24/7. That's the work of the of SOC analyst. You're going to be monitoring the network and you're going to be detecting security incidents. And when you finally detect those security incidents, you now move on to investigate them. Because most times we get a lot of false positives. False positives are like security incidents that you get alerts from your SIM solution from Splunk. And then those security incidents are not truly security incidents. It could be an employee that forgot his password and the person is trying to log in. So because he forgot his password, he's trying so many combinations of password. And then your security tool can pick that up as a cyber attack, but it's not really a cyber attack. So most times we get so many false positives that we spend so much time on analyzing. So as a SOC analyst, you need to have monitoring skills. You need to be able to investigate these security incidents. You need to be able to escalate them to incident responders who would now try to contain the incident and make sure that it doesn't spread to other parts of the network. So yeah, for SOC analysts, you would need to know or be familiar with tools like Splunk, with tools like antivirus solutions, with tools like detection systems that would detect those security incidents, and also prevention systems. So those are like the core tools, core skills that you must be familiar with as a SOC analyst. So I had those skills, and that was how I was able to like get into the organization as an intern. Yeah. Okay. I've when I tell people, they when I tell a lot of people about how I got my first role, they mostly don't believe me. I've never had to apply for a job in cybersecurity before. Even where I currently work, I have never had to apply. So when I started cybersecurity, I we were encouraged in our program, like the Cyber Girls program that we did, we were encouraged to open a LinkedIn account and start posting and all of that, right? So I used to do all of that, and I used to get very few likes on my post, but I did not mind. If I learned a new skill, I would just go on LinkedIn and post about it. And this thing that they say that people are always watching is very, very true. People are really always watching. They might not like your post, they might not reach out to you immediately, but they are watching. People are watching closely. When I got my first cybersecurity job, it was from LinkedIn, but I did not have to apply. So somebody, a founder of an organization, was watching my profile and seeing my posts and keeping up with my progress in the training program. And then at the end of the training program, um, he reached out to the founder of the organization that trained me and was like, oh, he likes that I'm a very proactive person. He has been seeing my progress and he would really like me to work in his company. So he said I didn't have to apply. He came to me with the job, and we did interview, we did all of that legal process, and that was how I got the internship role. So even where I currently work, which is UNILEVER, I didn't have to apply for the job. Because what most cybersecurity beginners don't understand is that many organizations would not put out job openings. They would not put out job openings, which is why networking is very important. You need to build a network. You need to go to conferences. You need to meet people. You need to familiarize yourselves with different people in the industry. You need to um, put yourself out there, right? Because they don't advertise all of the job roles. And if you notice, if a cybersecurity role is posted on maybe a platform like LinkedIn, and you come back after 1 hour to apply for that job, you see that over 1,000 persons have applied. How are you supposed to compete with over 1,000 persons for just one role? And that is what we see every day, because the number of persons looking for a job, looking to get into cybersecurity, is there are more than the number of jobs available. So you need to not do things like other people are doing. If you really want to land a role in cybersecurity, you need to stand out. Um you need to do things that people are not doing. Don't treat your job search as a business as usual kind of thing. So yeah, I always tell people that use LinkedIn, post as much as possible, be in people's faces, go for conferences, join communities, because those communities are where most of these job opportunities are even being shared, right? That's where the opportunities are being shared. And so yeah, that's how I got my. Okay, it depends on the exam, because most security recognized, industry recognized cybersecurity certifications, they would come with their trainings. Like when you pay for instance, CompTIA Sec Plus, your voucher, they can just give you the voucher. But then some exams will give you trainings as well. They will give you courses which you need to focus on. So, for instance, when I wrote my EJPT exam, which is e-learning security penetration tester exam, when I wrote my EJPT exam, it came with a course, and the course was like over 140 hours, and it also had labs that you could go and learn hands-on skills in. So like those exams would come with the trainings. But then if you want extra resources, you can always get it online. Extra resources are also very, very helpful. For instance, I teach CompTIA Sec Plus for people that are looking to take the examination. So there are some ways I go about to get resources for them, even though they already have the official guide from CompTIA, which they are supposed to use to study for the exam. But then other resources like past questions would also be helpful. So if you know your way around getting resources on the internet, good and fine. They are very, very helpful. But if not, you can just focus on the ones given to you by the official organization. And if you study well, you'll be able to pass the exam. A day in my role. Okay, so my day usually starts with um me checking my calendar, checking my emails for like things I would need to do. So to just get a mental note of the meetings I have, of the um incidents I need to respond to. So I would first check my emails and check my alerts. That's how I start my day. And then I move on to check some of the tools that we use to see if there was any incident that was detected, any cyber attack or incident that was detected. And if I find any incident from the detection tools that we use or from the detection team that we use, because cybersecurity is a field where you're working with different teams. You cannot know everything. So there's the GRC team, there's the penetration testing team, there's the SOC team, all of everybody working together. So I check for emails from the detection team and from the detection tools, and I go on to investigate the issues that was found. And after that, I also work on any project that I might have. So I deal a lot with scripting, with coding. So I have projects where I have to like build security solutions. So after that, I need to like work on that project as well. And then after that, I would take a rest, of course, take a rest, but come back to check the monitoring tools, to check the detection tools, to keep on investigating the security incidents and respond, and also recommend solutions to those security incidents. I would also need to reach out to the relevant stakeholders, the relevant parties in charge of whatever system that is being affected, to like recommend solutions and follow up with how they would fix those security bugs or security incidents that was found. So yeah, my day revolves around investigating issues, analyzing issues that was found, writing scripts, writing codes, building security solutions, and doing some things involving penetration testing, identifying vulnerabilities for the organization, trying to exploit the vulnerabilities, and writing reports on how to how to patch those vulnerabilities that I found. So yeah, that's pretty much my day. Okay. When I was a SOC analyst, I was mostly monitoring the network of the organization, right? So we have tools, we have monitoring tools like SIM solutions, like Splunk, that gives you a visual representation of the entire network, right? And then if it is able to detect any abnormalities in the network, if it is able to detect any unusual behavior, it sends an alert to you, the SOC analyst, and then you go ahead to investigate the alert to make sure that it is a real security incident. And then if it is a real security incident, we now escalate it to the incident responders. And back then, I was also doing the work of an incident responder as well. So for the incident responder, what you're doing is that you're trying to contain the security incident that has been found, making sure that it doesn't spread to other parts of the network. So you're trying to eradicate it as an incident responder. No, I did not apply. So actually, I belong to different communities, different cybersecurity communities, which is something I always recommend for cybersecurity beginners. You cannot do the journey alone. You need people. You need people. You need people. You know what they say about your network being your network? It is very true, especially in the cybersecurity field. So you need to join communities because it's in those communities that most resources that will be helpful for your career will be passed. It is in those communities that the job opportunities, internship opportunities will be shared. So for my Unilever role, I I got a recommendation from somebody in a community I belong to. So the person knows about me, the person knows about my skills, and the person just recommended me when the job came. They did not advertise the job. That's what I said earlier. Most organizations don't advertise this job because they don't have the energy or the time to start going through over 2,000 applications. So they would rather share the opportunity to different communities that they belong to, right? And if they are able to get somebody that they trust in the person's skills, they've seen this person work in the past, they've seen the kind of project you've worked on, they've seen your skills, so they can vouch for you. So those persons will send those opportunities to you and you can apply for them. So that was how it was for me. I got the opportunity from a community where I was, and the person that brought the opportunity, the job role, the person that shared it recommended me because the person has worked with me in the past. The person has seen me work. The person is confident in my skills. The person trusts that I'm the good fit. I'm a good fit for the role. So it is very important as cybersecurity beginners to join communities, go for conferences, meet people. Okay, for interviews, especially for cybersecurity beginners, you would come across questions relating to questions relating to the foundations of cybersecurity. Grounded, you need to understand the basics. So core concepts like encryption, core concepts like risk management, CIA, all those things you need to be aware of them. And then you need to also master operating systems. So at least I always recommend that you know at least two operating systems, maybe Linux and Windows. You don't need to dive deep into it, but you need to be familiar with how it works, be familiar with the interface. So understanding the basics of cybersecurity, because it will definitely come out. They will ask you questions on the basic concepts of cybersecurity to understand, to make sure you understand what you're getting yourself into. And then also technical questions, scenario based questions. So they can ask you questions like, oh, if you're a cybersecurity analyst and your firewall tool or your detection system was able to alert you on a security incident, what are you going to do? So they will ask you scenario based questions to understand your thought process and understand what you will do if you are put into those situations. So I would say get a strong foundation, be well grounded in the basics of cybersecurity, understand operating systems, also understand networking. Networking is very, very important, and you cannot run away from it because I see most cybersecurity beginners running away from networking because they feel like it's hard. But the thing with networking is that it allows you understand how data flows from one part of the network to another. It allows you to understand how computers communicate with each other. So you need to understand the way a network is structured if you are going to protect it. You cannot protect what you don't understand. So organizations also look out for your networking skills as well. So be well grounded in the basics of cybersecurity, be well grounded in operating systems, be well grounded in networking, and also be well grounded in scenario based questions. Your technical skills will really help with that. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, because let's be honest with ourselves. Most get into cybersecurity for the money. So let's be honest with ourselves. So yeah, I like that person that asked that question. I really like that person. So yeah, for the salary range in cybersecurity, it really depends. It really depends on a lot of things, right? It depends on where you work. It depends on the organization. It depends on the location. It depends on the role. So I can't give you a particular range of salary. For entry level roles, you can get the normal pay. The normal pay is supposed to be around for entry level roles, stock analyst. The normal pay is supposed to be around $800 to $1,000. That's the normal pay. But but like I like I said, it depends on the organization you work for. They might not pay you that amount. They might pay you lesser. They might, but like that's like the standard. Okay. I am actually looking to get um OSCP. OSCP is it's a senior level certification for penetration testers. So I'm looking to get OSCP. I'm also looking to get CISSP because if you check most job descriptions, they are always asking for CISSP because it's a very good certification, industry recognized, but it is not for cybersecurity beginners. It is not for cybersecurity beginners. It is for senior level or mid-level roles. So if you are a cybersecurity beginner, I would advise that you focus on certifications like certified in cybersecurity certification, which is free. As a cybersecurity beginner, you have no excuse because that certification is free. So you can take certified in cybersecurity. You can also take Sec Plus certification as well. Those are good for beginners in cybersecurity. And then if you are a beginner but you're focused on penetration testing, I would say you should go for EJPT. EJPT is a very well recognized industry certification, and it is going to give you a lot of skills. It is going to give you hands-on experience, which is something you need, something organizations look out for when you apply for job roles. So yeah, I'm looking to get OSCP, I'm looking to get CISSP, I'm looking to get CRTA, which is certified red teamer, and certified multi-cloud red teamer as well. Yeah, but like you said, there are so many myths on cybersecurity, getting into cybersecurity. Some people will say, oh, share my brain can even carry this thing like this. Some people will say, oh, this cyber to join cybersecurity, you need coding skills. You don't. You don't. For entry levels, is not important. Like they don't ask for it. Having coding skills is not important for entry level roles. It might give you an edge, right? It's a good skill to have, to learn how to code, to learn how to write scripts. It's a good skill to have, but it is not required. It is not a requirement for you. Do you get? It is not a requirement, but it can help you automate some things. Like it can help you in your job role, but it is not required that you have it. It is not a must. Many cybersecurity roles out there do not ask for it. So you should don't focus on it except you have the passion, except you are interested in it, then you can go for it. But it is not a requirement for you. You can get into cybersecurity, you can get a cybersecurity job without having coding skills.